life is an adventure. Then there's mine. And yes, this has been one heck of an adventure. So why am I starting off the closing in the introduction? Well, let's put it this way. We are up here at Fort Flagler State Park in the northeast corner of the Olympic Peninsula of the state of Washington. And what are we doing here? Well, my work has sent me up to this area, so we thought, well, we'd come up here and make a weekend of it. I did my research, went and got the Mrs. Jaws Jr., picked her up from work. I already had the Mobile Entertainment Command Center all loaded up, ready to go. So I picked her up from work. We headed up through Portland, up through the state of Washington, to the city of Olympia, north on Highway 101. Let me show you some of that drive. It's beautiful, but I've got to tell you, why is this a particular adventure? But watch some of the drive, and just beautiful. Things were starting out so well. See, Highway 101 is a beautiful place. I love that area, where you've got the sound on one side, kind of cliffs on the other. Nice, just a nice, beautiful drive, especially this time of year with all the colors. So we got up into the town of Port Townsend, Washington, and the original plan was to stay at the campgrounds at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds. Their website says we always have room open. They have something like 22 full service sites, 40 partial service sites with water and power only, and just a huge number of dry camping. And we thought, perfect, they're going to have plenty of space up there. No reservations, you just pull up, you park, and you pay. And so that's what we were intending to do. So we pulled up, and we saw the first 2 rows were pretty full. Hey, no big deal. That's kind of expected. People were there with the full service. We went around back behind, and what did we see? Well, let me show you. So much for them having space for everyone at any time. Yeah, I could not believe that they had over 3/4 of their RV park area roped off. So here we were, up here in Port Townsend, No RV campsite reservations whatsoever. Here with the trailer. And I thought, well, okay, we'll start doing some boondocking, but at first I called the State of Washington Parks and Recreation. And I knew that Camp Warden, or Fort Warden State Park, had nothing available. But we called, and the lady who answered the phone verified that. And I asked her, well, do a search on anything that's fairly close. Well, she said, well, there might be places at Fort Flagler, which is where we're at. And so I asked for the phone number, and I called and I talked to one of the park rangers here, and they said, yes, they still have spaces available. So we drove 40 minutes from Port Townsend, Washington to Fort Flagler State Park, and we got lucky to be in a dry camping site, and we had a place to stay. The challenge is, that was only for one night. We still have 2 more nights to go. Well, thankfully, when we were on the phone with the Washington State Park, from the Washington State Parks representative, we were able to save a reservation at Fort Warden in Port Townsend. So, we still have the first night. Okay, we're done. This is the next morning where I'm talking right now. So we have tonight. We don't know where we're staying at tonight. So we'll either be here in this park, if there's an availability, which I'll find out here soon, or we'll be boondocking it, or doing what they call asphalt boondocking. I found a couple places that's probably close to an hour away from here that allow asphalt boondocking, basically parking in a parking lot. So let me show you around the Fort Flagler State Park, and then we're going to find out what's going to happen. But first, let's show you where we're at. We're in space 74 here, dry camping. It's kind of a sloped area, so as you can tell, we do have the trailer jacked up pretty well. But you know, we've been in worse situations with this trailer before. It's no big deal. But this is a pretty cool site, especially if you're tent camping. And they say that they will accept up to 8 people, so you can have a pretty large family. But see, I was anticipating doing some dry camping anyway. So we brought our Predator 3500 watt inverter generator with us. And it's running right now. We had to run coffee. I'm charging up the batteries. Got this from Harbor Freight, if you're not familiar with this brand. And I am actually very happy with it. Starts easy, electric start. This one here can actually run the air conditioner with no problem. We've been able to run the microwave, the heater, all the other type of stuff. And what we do is we run it for 3 hours and turn it off all night. And then we'll run it for a few hours this morning, charging the batteries. But back to the site. Nice camp ring. Goes way back in here. So somebody with a large tent could actually set their tent up in here. And we got limited views of the sound, water. And there's basically an overview. So you know, we actually did better with this, despite the challenge, than what we would have if we would have stayed at that fairgrounds, because they would have been very tight, close into each other, no space, hear your neighbors fart, things like that. So here I can run the generator, and maybe those people down there in the tents might be able to hear a little bit of it, but probably not too much. Now you kind of understand why that this is truly an adventure. We have no idea where we're going to be staying at tonight. So here soon, I'll be letting you guys know. Well, we're parked, coming up to the little welcome station, as they call it. We're going to find out, see what they got. That's not good.